I was looking a little bit on Facebook today, and right in front of me came this post here from Alex. Oh my god, look at that. Just look at that, look at that, look at that. I don't know what to make of any of this anymore. Yeah, I've always said that. Anyway, she looks very weird there, I have to say. It doesn't even look like her. I mean, yes. Anyway, that was about Diana, but we already know that we've been, lied to quite drastically. And then today I was watching this video. Sorry, just to mention this bit. Miriam has put out all the hangouts and that we had on her channel. And her channel is called Star Connections. I know it's not on there, but that is Star Connections. That's what she's called. Please go and sub to her. And me and Miriam are going to have a hangout in the near future. I hope her little grandchild's come along and everything's good there. That's what she's doing at the moment and stuff. But yeah, so that was that. And then what it was is I was just there on YouTube and I saw this video about this woman, and there it is. This is the video I watched. It's about Olive Oatman, 1857, when her family were crossing across here. The Indians nabbed or killed her mum and pregnant mum and dad, and they thought they'd killed her brother, but he seemed to revive and then bury his parents and eventually find her. And what it is the first lot that took her weren't very nice, and then she was sold on to another set of Indians, and she lived there and she didn't try and leave, and they tattooed her face, as you can see there. But I look at things and I just think the same here. So let's move on to the pictures. Obviously this is being digitally done or something, but how do we know what we're ever looking at is real? I mean, that doesn't look right. Her ear. Obviously this is colour, and she wasn't colour, it was all in black and white, so that's the black and white picture. But when you look at this picture, I don't know if I see woman. I see man. Do you see what I mean? Look at her face. That's like a man. She has no chest. If you take away her hair, and he could have had hair like that anyway, because the 1700s they had hair like that. Anyway, this is what they did to her. So eventually she was rescued and she got married. She adopted a child, and her and her husband, protected her for the rest of her life, because obviously she'd got markings on her face. She'd been tattooed. But this is her. I don't see woman, I see man. And look at her chest. She doesn't have any breasts. When I look at that, I see man. Do you see a woman? I don't see a woman, I see man. But anyway, and even though this is a little bit blurry, do you see this whole section of hair has been added? Where does this hair go? This has been added. This is probably a man. This is probably a man. Look at it. Sorry. She doesn't have breasts at all. That could be a 1700s picture of a man, which they're now calling a woman. That's what I think. With a story. Look, she's got no breasts at all. How do we know what we're watching? Again, look at this. We're going to look at this. Hang on, we're going to look at this in a moment. I'm going to come back to this bit because I can see something wrong with the dress. I suppose they want you to believe she's a woman, and by doing this, do you see that doesn't go anywhere? Look at that. They've altered it to make it look, I suppose, like they've got breasts, but they don't. They're flat chested. And I mean, look at the size of that hat. Look at the size of her hat. She has enormous hands for a woman. Look at that, the size of her hands. Look at the length of her arm. From there down to there. Look at that. Who has an arm? Who has arms that long and that size when you're a woman? I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen. Look at that. So the dress doesn't look right here, and there's this wrong arm in the dress. Anyway. And look at the length of her arms. Look at that. Look at the length of her arms. Look at the size of her hand. Look at that. Her hand is half the size of her head. Oh, weird. Here's another one that's digitally been done. But when you look there, you can see it's all been, I know it would be, but anyway, no chest. Do we ever know? Oh yes, look at her parting. Like, look at that big line in her hair. We're going to look at these two pictures in a moment. Yes, look at the size of the parting in her head. It's got to be half an inch. An inch. Look at that. So this picture can't be real. It's been turned into colour anyway. So it's not right, is it? And I still think we're looking at a man being transformed into a woman with a story. That's what I see. Look at that. What do we know that we're watching? There's a whole history of this woman in the 1800s now. But I think we're looking at a man.